Yo, what an experience that was. From start to finish, that was so memorable, and it's something I won't forget. Road tripping it up with the boys all the way to Winton. You know, we had some awesome freeway driving, just convoying together. We also managed to hit some twisties along the way, which was really great.
How excited are we, Chandan?
Very, extremely.
Very excited.
Good day.
How are we feeling, Mukesh?
Yeah, keen.
Feeling good?
Yeah, should be good.
And how's the Corolla gonna do?
It's gonna do great. It's gonna beat ya.
Look at this dude, he just breaks up the convoy. Just want to ball with my bros.
Some great food down at the Airbnb, and we were all just excited because for a few of us it was, you know, our very first times, and the others had been once or twice before, so we're all fairly new to the experience of tracking our cars.
3 is the lowest, so it just goes 3 all the way up to 8 to the 2.
What do we have on the menu today, Raymond?
It's just butter and jam, dude.
Butter and jam. Nutritious breakfast.
Nobody fucking wants to eat because it's eating Nutri-Grain. Where is it? It's butter and jam.
Come on, mate. Tuck in. Effort was put in here.
I made a mistake.
Yeah, you cooked on milking first.
This isn't me normally.
I'm so appalled, Mukesh.
This isn't me
I didn't know
normally.
this side of you.
Next morning, bucketing down, so much rain, you couldn't even see the car in front of you, bar their tail lights essentially, so it wasn't a promising start.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one, Sarah. I don't think these conditions are ideal. I'm gonna be driving in this weather, which if you can tell, we can barely see ahead of us. Ideal. Mwah.
It was still great, we were still really excited, you know, we rocked up, we had the garages there, which we managed to snag, and that protected us from the rain.
So we've met Clescent before from the mountain cruise, but I'll get him to tell us what he's driving over here.
So this is my Subaru Impreza STI 2008. It's my first time on track. I think it should be the car's first time on track too.
Hell yeah.
So I'm pretty keen. It's pretty stock, everything's stock, just the catback exhaust. And recently I did a white line upgrade, sway bars and end links.
Oh,
so test that out.
Would be good, because like finally we can test these things out on the track.
This is Subi weather, so
symmetrical all-wheel drive. Here we go. We've got 2 more familiar faces on the channel, Mukesh and Chandan. We already know what they drive, but for the sake of the video, what is this, Mukesh?
Toyota 86.
Toyota 86, and first time tracking?
First time tracking,
and
I've got all my mods ready, so let's see how it goes.
Hell yeah. And Chandan,
Yeah.
Mr. Experience over here.
Oh, not really. Well, this is my first time with this car on the track. It's a Renault Megane RS250.
Yeah.
You guys would have seen it in the mountain cruise video.
Yeah,
when
he was
I first
there.
got it, yeah.
He was in that one. That was brand new to him on that video. So what have you done since then?
Glove valve, a performance air filter. I don't think it does any performance-y things, but it sounds good. And that's pretty much it. Oh, of course, yeah. Pirelli P0s.
Oh, mate,
Yeah.
see, that's going to make a huge difference on the track, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Well, I look forward to seeing it out there. All right, yo, Brandon, this is a new face to the channel. How are we?
Good, thank you.
That's good. Yeah, not bad. And what are we driving?
An Astra VXR. It's got a 2-litre 4-cylinder motor, 330 horsepower.
There you go.
Big brakes, big tyres, everything.
It's got a turbo in it.
Yeah, it's running 22 pan.
22. Damn. Just got a bit. Another new face to the channel, Raymond. Tell us a bit about what you're driving.
So I'm driving a 1996 boat vessel. No, it's 1996 Toyota Chaser Series 1.
Oh yeah.
1JZ, as you may know. I've had it since May. This is my second time out on the track. First time out in the wet.
Awesome.
Hopefully it does alright. Goes hard, but...
Bit of a drift session today.
No, I don't know. Drift out on the lawn, yeah.
True. Awesome. Can't wait to see it out there, man.
Thank you.
And another new face. No. Simon, so tell us what you're driving.
Yeah, Mazda 3 MPS Red Devil.
Not tracking it, it's just Garage Queen for now.
Yeah,
that's fair. Well, yeah, hopefully someday we see it on the track, hey?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. We've taken everything out of the Integra so far, but we've got to reach the spare jack and the spare tire. We are scrutineered. We passed, boys. We're now track ready. How'd your scrutineering go, Mukesh?
So I got roasted just because my tow hook was on the back before, so I had to move it to the front. It's literally like, where's your tow hook? It's on the back, and it's like, it should be on the front.
Damn, rookie error. I mean, I wouldn't have known, but rookie error. And how'd you go, Chandan?
Pretty good. I did not get roasted even though I had no tool.
Same. It's like he just, wait, you do have a tow hook? Oh, no, I don't even have a tow hook.
The first few sessions, I was just kind of getting to know the track and getting to know the Integra in this context because I've never done this before. Huge learning curve, not just about how to push the car, but how to set the car up to.
What an experience. To just be able to get out on the track and kind of unleash without worrying about the public or cops or anything like that. It's really liberating. So that was my first experience. It's wet, so there's barely any grip, unfortunately. And for some reason, I'm oversteering a lot. I don't know if I managed to capture that on the action cam, but I was actually oversteering, which is, not supposed to happen with the front wheel drive. But what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to loosen up the rear coilovers because I think they're too stiff. I think the sway bar and the coilovers, I think they might just be too tight. So we'll see. We'll play around with some settings and find what works best. I guess this is what the track's for. out of the way. So with the softer coilovers, that made all the difference. Like, it was actually raining more heavily than the first session, and it actually handled better. We were going a bit slower, but hopefully when the rain subsides, we'll properly get to test this out. So looking forward to session 3. So how do you find it?
Yeah, no, I thought it was really good. It was fun.
Yeah? You having fun?
Yeah.
Nice.
Race cars, dailies.
That was my 3rd session done and dusted. We thought the track was going to be dry, but just as we went on, it bucketed down again. I did push myself a lot harder this time, and I beat my previous lap time, which I'll show you in a second. But I feel as if I lost some confidence in my input capabilities, because I spun out and nearly spun out, especially in the last few laps on one particular corner. So I've really just got to figure out how to tackle it, and I'm not sure whether it's the car's setup or whether it's me or a combination of both, but I know I'm definitely a factor in it. So I'm going to try and be more delicate with my acceleration and braking, because when I come to that corner. But yeah, let's hope session 4 goes well. Alright guys, that was the first dry session I got to do today, and oh my goodness, what a difference. I could actually feel the car and experience the modifications I've made to it, so I'm over the moon. I shaved 10 seconds off my lap time compared to the wet time, so I got I think it was a 2:02 or a 2:03 wet, and then a 2:52 dry, so I'm stoked with that, especially given it's my first time on this track, or you know, racing my car on any track for that matter. The tires are great, the brakes are great, the Accord calipers are
like doing really well, and they're not actually fading that badly. So impressed. Tires are holding up, but they are starting to give out. So after one more session, I'm probably going to call it a day, especially given the amount of fuel I've got left. So yeah, overall, pretty big success. I was really looking forward to that next dry session, the second dry session, which was probably going to be our last one for the day. So all the boys are getting their helmets on, they're rushing to their cars, it's all looking great. And I start my car up and I walk around to shut the bonnet and I hear a noise and I'm thinking, oh no, what is it? I look down and my AC tensioner pulley, the bolt holding it in, had somehow backed out and fallen out. So the tensioner pulley was just kind of rattling about, held in place by the power steering and the alternator belt. And the AC belt itself had flipped itself inside out and was just hanging around there too. So instantly shut the car off, got the torch out to have a look, and I was fatigued after very little sleep and racing all day long, which is really physically intense on the body, especially because regulation says we have to be in long sleeves t-shirt, long pants. So all that heat and sweat is just trapped, and you're wearing a helmet. So again, heat, sweat, and you can struggling to get really crisp, fresh air. So mentally fatigued, both mentally and physically. Essentially, I wasn't thinking straight. I didn't have a clear head, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, what if this means a tow home? Because at the time, I wasn't sure if it was the AC belt or if it was the alternator belt. And in the end, by some huge stroke of luck, it ended up being the AC belt that had come off and the AC pulley that had come off. And thankfully, although there was quite a bit of damage done to the alternator belt, it was still intact and the alternator belt was still all good. So that sucked. I had to spend the last session under my car while those boys managed to, smash their PBs and enjoy that last session. But a massive thank you to John and Simon and everyone else who kind of just stood there afterwards, helping me out. But yeah, essentially John kind of helped me out and pointed out that it wasn't the alternator belt, it was the AC belt that had screwed, and that brought a huge sense of relief to my heart, because otherwise it would have basically meant a tow home, and that's a 3.5 hour drive. It's not small. I got very lucky, and all I had to do was just take the pulley and the belt out and I could drive it home, albeit on a very sketchy alternator belt now, which, as you'll see in the next video, is going to be replaced. Amidst all that, I was rushing to pack up and get ready to head back because everyone was waiting for me after I just fixed the car, and I forgot to screw my license plate on properly. So one of the screws fell out and the other one lasted for 3 hours, all the way to Springvale where we had our dinner on a single thread. Again, another huge stroke of luck. So yeah, that's kind of how it ended, and I was obviously really stressed, really fatigued, and just over it, which is why I didn't get the camera out and start recording or get anyone else to record, because I was just tunnel vision focused on getting the car in a drivable state so I could bring it home. All that being said, coming out of it, I think it's such an invaluable experience. I'm lucky I got to do it. It's just addictive when you've got the lap timer up, gunning it down the straight, watching the lap timer, hoping it'll be green compared to the last lap. So safe to say, unreal experience, and I'm definitely going to do that again. A big part of the experience was the people that I went with, so a massive thank you to you boys and Sarah for making this journey so awesome. At the end of the day, I had so much fun, I learnt a lot, met some cool new people, and really added a lot of value to my automotive journey through that first track day. So looking forward to many more, hopefully. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed coming along on this journey with us, and I look forward to catching you guys in the next video.
You say you've got them guns, but I've never seen you bang. You say you've got them drugs, but I've never seen you slang.